Hey fellow squids, it's taking me a while to make this video with some technical difficulties, but I'm gonna get right into the video and share some pretty rough news in the Tekken community, guys. So as of earlier today, Katsuhiro Harada, the director and creator of Tekken, has announced that he will be stepping away from Bandai Namco at the end of 2025. Now, I'm not exactly worried. I'm more happy for Harada being able to go do whatever he wants to do that has nothing to do with Tekken. He can finally go live his life. But in his tweet, he has said that the loss of close friends and the retirement of colleagues and the loss of friends in his, inner circle has silently pushed him to make this decision over the years. And he's also been slowly relinquishing his responsibilities as the head creator and director of Tekken for the past couple of years, so then he doesn't have to do it anymore. And he also had stated that Tekken 9 would probably be his last Tekken, but I can probably understand why now he wants to retire rather than waiting to make a whole nother game. Now, before I get into my own little opinions and my little thing I want to say about why I think he's stepping away from Tekken and Namco, before I get into that, I just wanted to personally say thank you, HARADA-SAN, for all the years, 30 years of making Tekken a great-ass game. I'm 29 years old. Tekken has been a part of my life since I was born. Tekken 3 was the first video game I've ever played, and I'm more than grateful and happy that that was the first taste of video games I've ever had. My first taste of video games was something that he made, and that brings a smile to my face, and it always will. Tekken 4 being my favorite Tekken of all time, that is now appreciated. Even Harada said that when I made Tekken 4 that it was not appreciated at the time for what we put into it, but now it's been looked back on fondly as a great game, and people are now just seeing how great Tekken 4 was and how atmospheric and how ahead of its time it was. Without Tekken 4, we wouldn't have the current Tekken that we have, to this day, believe it or not. So thank you, Harada. You deserve to go do whatever it is you want. And thank you for the 30 years of love and care that you've given us, even some of us who really didn't deserve all the kindness that you have given us, because some of us have been pretty vitriolic and mean towards you because of the direction the game has gone over the years, whether it's Tekken Tag 2, Tekken 7, or Tekken 8. People said some pretty scathing things that we were probably undeserving of your kindness, but you still gave us, and time again, and delivered and gave us a great product. Anytime something wasn't so great, you guys fixed it every time and just made the game better and better and better. And we're going to miss you, Harada-san, and I hope in some way or fashion you are still there to help with the game, even if you're no longer tied to it. Now, with that being said, I want to say that although he did explain that he essentially left because of colleagues leaving and retiring and the loss of close friends and colleagues like Itagaki, the creator of Dead or Alive, who recently passed away. Ono, years ago, the head of Capcom, stepped down from being the president and whatnot. And he's had a lot of people he's looked up to in the industry pretty much telling him that, it's okay to retire, and I can see why now he would want to do that. And it kind of also begs the question that a lot of people who don't get me wrong when I say this, but Tekken 8 is a good game. It's rough. Tekken 8 is rough. Season 2, the launch of Season 2 was very rough. Some stuff in Season 1 was very rough. But understand that there's a difference between giving feedback and just being a dick. Like, there's like 50 million videos, exaggerating of course, saying like Tekken 8 is cooked, this game is horrible, this game is garbage. When people saw that there was a fight pass, people thought it was over. When people saw there was a Tekken shop, people thought the game was over. Like, the game has lost its identity. But at the same time, a lot of these things were to bring in new players that have never played Tekken before, have never been into Tekken. It was stuff to get them to come in and want to enjoy the game. But a lot of legacy players looked at it like, they don't care about us anymore. They just care about the money. They just care about all this other things. Now, don't get it wrong. Like, I do agree with some of the business practices wasn't the greatest. Like, trying to sell us a stage for $5 or what was the price before, but trying to sell us a stage for a ridiculous amount of money, which was kind of crazy and then having these costumes locked behind, Tekken coins. But the good news is you could get Tekken coins for free, so you can still buy the costume. So that was a good caveat. And if you bought the premium with Tekken coins, you can get your money back when you complete the whole battle pass and get your money back from doing that. So that was a good thing. People do complain that they give us rehashed old things, and I can agree. They need to give more like fresh customizations and other things to the game, new costumes and whatnot. I agree, but that doesn't make or break a game. Those are just cosmetic, and it is what it is with those things. But more so, people were worried about was the balancing. Now, don't get it twisted, that Season 2, the launch of it was very friggin' rough. Even now, it's still kind of rough, but it's not as bad as it was before. Now, there's a lot of work that needs to be done, and I don't doubt that Season 3 is going to have more things to come. They need to launch everything in one big patch. They can't just do it slowly but surely. They have to do it, all together in one big patch, and people can just be really impatient and be mean about it on top of that. Now, when I say these things, I'm not trying to shill and say that Tekken is a perfect game or Tekken 8 is a perfect game, because it's not. But you don't have to be super vitriolic and mean to get your message across about where you want the game's direction to go or how you wish the game was this or this. I'm pretty sure the community has spoken loud enough, some more than others, to let Katsuhiro Harada, Michael Murray, and Namco know that, hey, we missed when the game was like this. Can you please change these things? Can you please change these things? And they've slowly, surely, but have been doing that. But for whatever reason, no matter what they give us in the community, it's just not enough. And I say that because even in Tekken 7, when people were begging and asking for Lei to come back, for Anna to come back, even like Ganryu to come back, Kunimitsu freaking came back. He was giving, Marduk came back. He was giving us, Zafina came back. He was giving us everything we were asking for. All these characters that we missed and wanted to see them come back even better. And then he did exactly that. And a lot of those characters, especially Lei and Anna, were like the least played online. And people were really ungrateful for him doing that. And that's when the whole "don't ask me for shit" meme came from. That's where that shit came from. But he was always a good sport about it, because even though he did that for us and was unappreciative of it, he still gave us what we wanted every time we asked. Every time we wanted something, if it was in his ability to make it or make it a possibility, he was on it and went ahead and did that. And given everything this man has done, people still don't give him the benefit of the doubt to realize that Harada and them are going to do their best with this game. They see where it's going, they've apologized, and they're doing their best to make it a better game. And people think that's still not enough. People are still out for blood, thinking that you ruined Tekken, Tekken 8 is awful, you've ruined the identity of Tekken. And how could someone who's put their life, a lot of their time into building this community off this great game that a lot of people love casually and competitively, for those same people that say they love you to say these really, really fucked up things to you personally on Twitter, and then get mad when you block them for the shit they say? I'm like, oh, Harada blocked me for me speaking my mind or opinion. And I'm like, some of y'all are not just speaking your opinion. Some of you are just being assholes to be assholes because you don't like the way a video game is right now. And I'm from an era where the games I played didn't have patches when you competed. It was what you got is what you got. Revisions came from the arcades to the console versions, and that was it. So now everyone, when something's not working right, patch. But I'm enjoying Tekken 8 for what it is, and I have fun with it still. And whether there's broken stuff or not, I want to adapt and play the game. When the game's no longer fun, that's when I will stop playing. I'm not going to tweet at Michael Murray or Namco or Harada and say a bunch of fucked up shit about how shitty the game is and how bad the game is, and no one should buy it and not play this crap and make the game almost tank and whatnot just because I'm not having fun with it. Other people might be having fun with it. Just If you want to give feedback, just say, hey, maybe these things should be toned down, maybe this should be toned down, maybe this should be reworked just a little bit, these things might be overtuned, this might be a little too strong. You know, there's those kind of criticisms matter than just saying your game is cooked, get with it, Harada, get with it, Namco, you guys are stupid fucks, and blah blah. Like there's a different way to go about giving your feedback. Now, again, I really just don't want to say that the community is why Harada is leaving. I'm not saying that per se, but I would understand if he were to come out and say, hey, some of the ways I've been treated by the community has helped influence my decision to step away. I wouldn't blame him at all, because some of the things you would see and read on Twitter that they used to say to him was pretty fucked up, and all he wanted to do was just give us a good game to play. Wild. But that's all I got for you guys. You guys in the comments, let me know how you feel about HARADA-SAN leaving. And I'm happy for him, but I'm a little worried at what the balancing is going to be like, and more so the story and just the direction for Tekken in general. And I hope they don't go MK1 with it, because if it goes MK1 with Tekken, it just might be the beginning of a downfall, and I don't want that to be the case. I really don't, but I'm pretty sure it won't. That's me thinking optimistically, but I don't think it will go that way. But you guys let me know exactly how you guys feel about HARADA-SAN leaving. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Peace.